Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. So in this quick little video, and I say quick because it's not going to take long, it's just a quick uh, one to show what my lineup will be for next year and to, kind of tell you what I've been using this year so far. So this is going to be my new stack. But before I show the new stack, let me show you what I've been currently using in my lineup. Uh, Now, one in this stack is actually is still one of the new ones. So this is the one that I'm currently using as my journaling planner. But I'll get to that in a second. So my current stack up is I'm using this Beetlejuice planner as my current home planner. And I'm on the last month of it right now. So when it's done, it'll go on the shelf and be a whole completed planner. So I'm pretty pleased about that. And then currently right now I'm using this Wrong Wrong. Now it's not normally this big of a planner, but I had found this particular one really cheap. So I ended up buying 2 copies of it. I think both copies was vertical. Yeah, it looks like it. So I bought 2 copies of it, and I love Wrong Wrong's uh, artwork, and I'll still eventually use this planner because I will, use the stash, use what you got. Um, but just right now, like trying to plan around the colors, uh, like the color stripes don't always go with my spread, and I'd have to use washi and cover up the numbers and cover up the deco here in the corner. Um, the monthly, like down the spine here, and the weekends colored in. Oh, this yellow did not work a lot of the times for the month that I would have to use it for. So I don't know. When I come back and revisit this planner, maybe I will use it for the months that it's um, labeled for, and then just redate the numbers so that way everything kind of makes more sense. Um, but I definitely wish that the monthlies wasn't colored like this. I have used it for a couple months. Let's see, when did I? So it looks like I started using it back in June of this year. So I've used a few months with it, but the trying to work around the monthly colors and um, yeah, it's just kind of blocking me. So that comes to my current lineup. So I'm going to start off with what my horizontal is, just because I've already started using it. Um, so this one, I love these deluxe covers. Um, and this is the one that Hobby Lobby had, and it has the 2 pockets here. Uh, got it for under $5 with tax. I don't know that I was meant to get it for that price, but I got it for that price. So, you know. But it is actually a current planner. Now, this won't happen a lot of the times. Most of the times I'm going to use what's in my stash, and that is planners that are some way outdated that I just got super cheap because with as many planners as I was using and have been using, um, I just can't go spending $30, $40, whatever, for each one. That's just a lot that, I can't afford. So when I find planners this cheap, why not get several for what the price of one would be and just redate? I don't have a problem with redating. Um, it can be kind of annoying sometimes, time consuming and stuff, but if it can save you a lot of money, why not? I don't always have to have the new, and I'll be honest, I'm not always impressed with the new here lately. Like, I'm getting more interested and uh, excitement on less and less uh, pieces that's coming out in the releases. So now seasonal, I'm always going to be a seasonal girl, but that's just kind of my thought process. Doesn't mean that it won't change, but uh, right now I don't mind the older stuff. So there's that too. But since this is my journaling planner, I don't use the perpetual calendar here or the year at a glance. Um, I can't show this month because I'm pretty sure, yep. So this was not a seasonal planner at all. It was a very bright planner as far as like the dashboards and stuff. Wasn't my thing. Um, so I took the time, and that's what I'm debating on if I'm going to do with the selection I made for my mini planner. And you'll see why. But I'm debating on if I want to take the time one day to sit down and cover the dividers for it like I did this one. And I essentially made it a seasonal just out of paper that I've got in my stash. So, but it is a currently planner. Um, now, it I didn't start with it as a current because I had another one that was outdated. I was trying to finish it up before I started this one. So I didn't get started on it until 2025 was, you know, well in and almost over. But a majority of this planner is still in date, and I don't have to redate it or anything. So um, it is the current style of the horizontal where it's got the checklist on the side. I will admit, yes, that has kind of thrown me crazy writing over it. It distracts me a lot, but um, it's a current planner. I got it under $5, so I can make myself overlook it. And this is what I did for February. And again, it's also a very clean planner. I don't have to go over anything. The dots, not a big deal. Um, yeah, this is just kind of what I did with it. Made each of these dividers to kind of make sense for the month. Now, I didn't cover this one just because I thought this could work for June. So, and it didn't bother me that much. It was tolerable, but I think the rest of them I have covered. And it's just using, now not all of it obviously is seasonal, but a lot of the dividers I did make into, and it was all using um, paper out of my stash. So you'll see these months. Yeah. So these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months right here are all 2025. So I will have to redate them when the time comes. Um, but that's okay. I get a whole year. Well, I've gotten just over a year of months that I didn't have to do that. So that is my current horizontal and will be my horizontal going into 2026. Next up is my home planner. As you can see, it is also a current planner, essentially. Um, it started, I believe, like that one in, uh, maybe it, yeah, I think it did start in, okay, it started in July of this year. So I had the whole 2026 where I don't have to redate, I don't have to do any of that. Um, but I got this one cheap as well, and it was going to be a current planner where I didn't have to redate. So I'm like, if you can get it cheap enough, even if you got, a stash, every once in a while let that kind of be like a treat. Even if you don't have a stash of outdated planners to go to, if you can find them like this, you know, of- uh, being able to have the ability and take advantage of um, getting current planners for cheap, why not? Now, the only thing is for January, I don't understand the holly, so that is going to be a little um, annoying to have to do because I don't understand holly in January. December, I get. January, I'm not sure, but it is a decorative seasonal planner. And see, February it has uh, these flowers down the spine, and then your bow here in the corner, and then it just has that same deco all through the month. March, same thing. April, that's the divider for April. This I can work with. Need to get a drink. Um, the flowers and the bunny I can work with. May, uh, May has the same flowers, but strawberries in the corner. June has lemons, and that flower there in the corner. Um, the lemons, obviously I'm not going to be decorating every week with lemons, so I don't know what I'll do the times that I don't, but I have plenty of floral stickers that I can use to go down the spine with, so that could be an option too. Um, Now this one, the only divider that I changed was this one for July because it had lobsters on it. I'm not a lobster person. I'm like, no. So I did decorate, cover it because I didn't like that divider. And I'll obviously cover I don't understand lobsters and lemons. That doesn't make sense to me either. But that's what every week is. That will definitely get covered. August, you have lemons and the florals. Obviously I'll have to cover some of that up. September, going into the fall deco. So you got the brown on the monthly. I really like that. Leaves down the spine. Squirrel here in the corner. Obviously that'll all stay. And this all throughout the month, I may not mind that. And your lettering up here is the same color as whatever the monthly theme is. So that's cool. Um, yeah, that I won't mind so much. Love this October divider. Got the same leaves. This up here is black. You got your little kitty here in the corner, and then you go into weeklies and it has pumpkins. Love this November divider. and it goes back to the leaves, the brown and the squirrel. So that is cute. And then here's your Christmas. This makes sense to me, and it will actually help me in the decorating. So that's the end of the 2026 part, and then this would go into 2027. I I would obviously have to do a lot of changing with this because this would not be a theme for January. Divider I could overlook, but yeah, the weeklies I couldn't. This would be February. Maybe the divider not so bad. This would have to go. The florals I could work around, just for Valentine's Day. Obviously, I would have to change this because this would be March. I love this October divider. Honestly, I might just save these months for like the second half of 2027. So that way I can use all of these and just like use stickers to redate and then do something for like the first half of the year. I may do that. And then here's November. If I've done that, I'll just have to figure out something for the first half of uh, 2027. But we got some time on that. I'm trying to figure out. Okay, no, I thought it was this December was a repeat divider, but it wasn't. So yeah, I may just do that. Just save the 2025 part of this for the end of 2027, and then just do a different one for the first half. But all that being said, this will be my home planner for 2026, a seasonal planner. Um, I'm still gonna have to obviously do some working around on that, but um, I'll manage. I'll figure it out. All right. So last but not least, school planner will not change. That's the reason why it's not featured in this video. This is just going to be um, mostly ones that uh, there's going to be a change with. So this is the mini that I'm going to go with. Um, it's very loud and bright for me. So this is, and I'm glad that this one has the perpetual calendar. I will have to change things around for that to make it line up, but I can work with that. The dividers, um, very bright. Now this one ain't so bad. I can tolerate that one. Um, rest of these, I mean, just at the time that I got it, I got it for a very good price. But I'll show you the main reason why I decided to go with this one. Monthly, very neutral, very plain, and the same with the weeklies. Very neutral, very plain, clean, no having to cover up bright stuff that doesn't work, um, deco that doesn't work. Not that I mind, and again, I love the wrong planners, or I wouldn't have got them. Um, just sometimes I don't always have the time to be able to do that, to cover up everything, and sometimes it can be a little more difficult um, than um, I have time for. So uh, I just wanted something that would be quicker and easier to be able to decorate, and I found this in my stash. I'm like, okay, I don't care for the dividers, but the inside, the guts part, that that is what I'm looking for right now. That is what I can use. So I may sit down and do like I did with my home planner and just go through and like cover up the dividers that I don't like. I'll first go through and like typically what I like to do if I'm able to is I look at the months where the dates line up for whatever the current monthly is, and I just rearrange them that way. And then what I can't, I just go in and physically redate. And that's what I need to do with this. And as soon as I do that and get that figured out, then I'll figure out how I'm going to decorate the dividers. Now, obviously, like say if I need to use October for March, I got to go in and white out all that. But um, I've done that before. It's not a big deal. So that was what I finally came up with to do for 2026 with my mini. Again, I don't have to worry about so much whiting out or covering up or anything like that, and it's stressing me out. Very clean, uh, very neutral, plain. I can go in with what I want to do. I just got to figure out the divider part, and I'll do that later. So that is what I've got coming up with for uh, 2026. So I've got this. It's Create Your Own Luck planner from 2021, 2022. This seasonal as my home planner, and this one, which is already in use, but it will be gone over with me into 2026 as well. So that is my lineup. Other than, like I said, my uh, other than my school planner, which will not change. It's kind of out of rotation right now just because um, we have no school going on. But that will do it for this. Thank you for stopping by and being with me as I try to figure this out and figure out what kind of brings me somewhat peace, but at the end of the day is still helping me to accomplish what I need to accomplish. But if you like this video, make sure to hit that like button. And if you haven't yet and you would like to, hit the subscribe button. And I'll see you in 2026.